2013 Honda Civic Si. We're going to be doing the Joying Android radio. I'm going to take you in a quick guide on how to install it, take apart the factory radio, and also the customer asked if I could hook up his amp and sub, which is already wired up. I just need the RCA, which is currently ran with the line-out converter, ran all the way to the new radio. We are inside the vehicle now. Just to kind of show you the tools that we're going to need. We're going to need a stubby or short 8mm or long, whichever one you got, cutter, couple of panel remover, plastic one so you don't damage the dash itself, zip ties, a pick tool, zip tie flush cutter, and some kind of screwdriver Phillips to take apart the old radio and transfer over some of the parts from the old radio to the new radio. So let's go ahead and unbox everything and see what we have. First step, open this little door. There's going to be two Phillips head right there. Take those off. Once you get those screws out, you're going to put your hand inside right here in this little lip, both hands, and then slowly pry it off. And it's only held by a couple of clips, so don't have to worry about it. Some models will have a plug right here, but obviously this one doesn't have one, so just go ahead and put it aside. And then there's going to be two more screws right here. And then there's going to be an 8mm, if I recall, that holds the radio right here. There's going to be two of them. And then once that pretty much is taken out, we can slowly start prying the radio off. Once you get the two Phillips out and then two 8mm from the bottom taken out, you can use one of these panel removers and slowly work your way out from top to bottom, side to side. The only thing that's holding this now is just the clips. Those two 8mm are the security bolts. So once that thing is out, you can pretty much take the whole radio off. So here's the plugs that you're going to be removing. These top ones are plugged in behind directly to the radio. The smaller white one is the hazard, and this one's the climate control. So go ahead and plug all those and then put the stock radio aside. Here's the content of the box. Not sure why they gave two 4G antennas, but it is what it is. Got the GPS antenna, got the CarPlay or USB charging, obviously the brain itself, the harness, the manual or instructions. And this is surprising because most Android systems don't even have any user manuals or anything like that, so that's definitely a good thing. So here's the unit. So it is a built-in screen, and obviously this gets attached behind it, and we're going to be transferring over the climate control, the vent, and the hazards from the factory bezel. Before I proceed with the radio, he did have a line-out converter installed right here. So we're going to be unplugging this, running the RCA all the way to the radio, which I already have done. Just kind of tucked it in. It'll be behind all these. Ran it along the side. And then coming out right there. Now they did have the ignition connected all the way up there. So we're going to go ahead and cut it and then reroute the remote wire behind the radio as well. So I was just kind of testing the radio now that I got the RCA and the remote wire hooked up to the radio. And I did realize it wasn't turning on, and I found the problem. The power itself is so big that it's barely even holding on. As you can see, there's the mark right there. So I'm definitely going to recommend to the customer to take care of this one the proper way, which is a 4-gauge. Apparently these either 2-gauge or 0-gauge is way too big. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put it back in and then let the customer know about it. Also, with these kind of Androids, if you have a amp and sub, you're also going to need one of these male 1 to 2 females, as these units only have one output. Almost all the Androids and the Chinese systems are kind of like that. So make sure you get one of these. We'll go ahead and pop it in. Don't mind the mess. I'm still kind of testing everything out. Now on the system, this 4 sets that's going to be in this plug right here are going to be the low level inputs for the factory amp. So there's also going to be another set it's obviously going to be auxiliary in, auxiliary out. You don't really even have to hook it up. It's going to have wireless CarPlay. I went ahead and just did it anyway. But I already got the RCA connected. Like I said, you're going to need the 4 sets of RCA that's coming from this plug right here to this gray plug, to the front left, right, rear left, or right inputs on the Joying system. But other than that, that's pretty much how you get your speakers to have audio. And also the GPS antenna is already plugged in. The 4G GPS already plugged in as well. I went ahead and hooked up the USB to the OTG, which I'm assuming on the go. And I also hooked up the other one to the one with the dongle. And the SIM card, I'm going to tuck it in behind the dash, but for now it's going to be there. That way in the event the customer decides to get a SIM card so he can have GPS at all times, that's where he's going to put the GPS. So what I'm going to do is clean everything up, transfer over everything from the factory bezel, the climate control, and the vent, and then pretty much clean everything up, install everything, and then test everything again. We're moving on to the factory radio now. We do have to take off the climate control, which is just held on by 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's also a lip right here that's attached just like this. 3 little screws. The hazard has 2 screws. The vent has 3. So that's pretty much how the stock one's gonna look, and then we'll transfer it over to the new system. Also, don't forget these clips right here do get transferred over to the new bezel, even the metal ones up top. As I was transferring over everything, I already got the bottom climate control and things like that. I did notice that the top corner on the vent itself doesn't have a mounting point. As you can see, it's completely missing. So what I'm going to do is probably try to dab a little glue up top just to kind of keep it in place, or else you will have a gap just like that. I want it to be obviously closed up like factory, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So here is the fix that I have to do. I dabbed in a little bit glue, let it dry, and then applied some ABS glue stick adhesive in there just to kind of hold it in place. So I'm going to let that fully dry, and hopefully that kind of holds it in place, because there's no other way to hold it, as it doesn't have any screw holes or screw bays. So, but for now, we're going to go ahead and just kind of try to clean up as much as we can. Make sure you tape up, cover up the RCA. Like, I'm not quite sure what this is for, but we're just going to leave it the way it is. It did come with a harness, but there is no instruction for it, so just kind of leaving that off for now. We still need to attach these little pieces right here, and then we should be done pretty much for the whole install. If you're wondering what this little spots right here, it's for the trim that you had to take off from the old radio and then transfer it over. It just clips on. Just to show you the new radio, I did have to sand a little bit in this corner right here, and somehow it's either the molding process or something, but it doesn't want to lock in to this corner right here. It's almost as if the screen itself is not molded to like go all the way in, so it wouldn't even lock in whatsoever. So after trying so many different things, but the screws are back in. We're gonna put the last 2 screws, and then this whole install is pretty much done. You might be wondering why your steering wheel doesn't work. What you have to do is go to change the model, and you will choose the protocol as the simple. Go to Honda, 12 CRV to 12 Civic, and after that you just go ahead and press save it, and then your steering wheel control works. So I forgot to mention that I drilled a small hole in this casing right here. That way I can run the USB tucked away. All it does is charge anyway, so I doubt he's gonna really use it, but still gotta add it in there so everything still closes like normal. So here's the completed installation. As you can see, the factory reverse still works on that little screen, but I will try to figure out how to disable that to where it doesn't switch over when you reverse it. But that's the protocol that it's set on. So I'm gonna message the company, but like I said, the factory one still works, so that's a good thing. But this is overall what it looks like. Got the CarPlay going. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away in the comment section. If you please subscribe, I'll greatly appreciate it. Other than that, that's pretty much a wrap with this install.